This video is sponsored by my OnlyFans, where I do my meaningful sex educational content, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. And hi guys, and welcome to Gary G Reviews, or, well, the Empress Show. I was about to play the intro, but I didn't because it's very late. So yeah, and I'm late. So guys, we have amazing news from, well, yesterday as of the streaming of this video, and that is that the Lion L freaking Jonson, that is not his full name, the Lion L Jonson, one of the best Primarchs, the first one basically, has returned somehow, some way in the lore, and we have no freaking idea how that happened. So we are going to talk about how maybe this will be presented in the latest lore that we are all expecting, because this was very long time in the making, and we only had Gilliman, guys, for quite a while. And I do love me some Gilliman, but more loyalist Primarchs are going to make the story much, much more interesting, if you ask me. So bring on whoever else, like what, the Lehman Russ, I don't know, if Sanguinius, maybe. If he is somehow resurrected by the Emperor, because that is just my best guess, that is, well, possible, and he is enough powerful to do that, then, I'm going to be all happy for it, because Sanguinius is so amazing. If he doesn't return, it's kind of, yeah, a bummer. At least to me, though, because I'm just a huge Sanguinius fan. But now, let's talk about the Lion, of course, guys. And yesterday, if you haven't seen, I did cover the new edition trailer, which was absolutely epic, and we finally got to see a loyalist Primarch in the full glory of the CGI, well, trailer. I mean, the previous one was just, the Horus Heresy trailer with Horus, and he is Horus, but now we get to see actually Gilliman. So yeah, hi to everybody in the chat. Thanks for the feedback, guys, as well. So, the first and most fat elephant in the room is that Lionel Johnson is old for some reason, and we already have some pretty cool memes, actually, of him talking to Gilliman. I posted that on the community tab yesterday, if you haven't seen it. And if I can, I'm going to show this to you as well. It is pretty funny. I mean, people are so quick to draw these things, so you can actually, have them immediately after you also had the news. So it's just great. I'm just admiring people's talents, that they're able to bring us stuff so quickly. It's just amazing. I don't know where that picture went. It looks like it almost disappeared from my PC somehow. But if I still manage to find it, you will see it. Oh, I think I see it now. Hold it. So yeah, the question is pretty logical. Why the heck? Here it is. I don't know who's the author, so sorry about that. This was sent to me by Dan on Instagram, I think, or on Facebook. So Dan, thank you. And oh, hi Dark. So as you can see here, what the heck is happening? Logistics? I mean, this is so damn funny. Okay, I'm going to hide this now, or just put it somewhere else, so you can see the glorious figure, tabletop figure of the lion. So guys, speculations. What do you think? How he's going to return? You can write that in the comments. I don't know, actually, what is the explanation, because he got old, which means that he maybe was in some kind of other dimension where maybe time ran differently. If you know what happened to Rogol Dorn, which I don't want to really spoil, in the latest book of the Horus Heresy, The End and the Death, Yeah, Rogo got himself into a place, let's say, and he was there for many years. But we don't know if he got old physically. We actually don't know that. And as far as I remember, that was not resolved in the first volume of the books, so we have to wait for the second one, I guess, to see how things happen. And Dan, that is so awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you for the super chat. That's amazing. The theory online is that he was aged by warp magic when his planet was destroyed. Also, I'm happy to support the channel with the super chat. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you. So, that is a very interesting thing, to say the least. Warp magic. Well, that is a pity, because Primarchs, as we well know, they don't really age. I mean, they do, but exactly in those very particular and crazy circumstances, because they're basically like the Emperor. Well, not all of them. All of them have different qualities, different attributes, different gifts, but that are like the all the gifts that the emperor has, the powers, all that. Some of them, each and every one of them, but they all share the fact that they don't actually age. It will take thousands upon thousands of years for them to do that. Gilliman is young still, and he was pretty much dead for 10,000 years, so that didn't, that probably helped for him not to age. So if the lion has been aged by warp magic, that is very sad. But he will still be very strong, of course. But it's kind of a bummer because he was this handsome guy with long blonde hair, with delicious looks. And especially, when I did that mid-journey AI art of him, it was just amazing how he looked there. When I described, how he's supposed to look, and the AI was like, yeah, he's a good dude. So even Mid-Journey understood. I was hoping that maybe he would look like that, not with the short beard. I mean, he still has his long hair, kinda. It's tied behind uh, his back, which we can see on the tabletop figure. But it's really a bummer. I'm guessing that some of his life force was stolen when Chaos destroyed Caliban. It would be interesting if true. Well, I doubt that the destruction of the planet has something to do with his life force, because the planet has never been a part of him. He was just stranded there. I mean, all the planets are kind of part of the Primarchs, but you know what I mean. They're not initially a part of them because they were never supposed to be on them in the first place. But if somehow the destruction hit him in a way, then yeah, he has a top knot questionable choice. Yeah, especially in today's times when we see the current fashion in our current society, but that should have nothing to do with the fantasy. So there's that. Okay, let me show ya some of the tabletop pictures. I'm sure that you've seen them, but still. So here is one, and I'm not sure what are those creatures actually, but they're there beside Gilliman. Beside the lion. I'm still thinking about Gilliman in the trailer yesterday. You can see how his hair is tied. He has the awesome oral around his head. That's always great to see. I just really wonder what the heck he was doing all of this time, and how the Emperor is going to use him now, because Gilliman is his champion. So how is the lion going to factor in then? It's a very good question. What position he will take in 40K now is what? Because, Gilliman's 100%, he's gonna be like the leader still, I think. But that's a good question, guys. Is Gilliman really going to be the leader? What is going to happen? And how is the lion fighting Angron? Because I wasn't aware somehow, or I forgot. I don't know, guys. Really, I don't know how I missed this, but I didn't know that Angron is back in the current lore after we just also went through the novels of the Horus Heresy and we saw how Sanguinius absolutely defeated him. He even cut off his head, as far as I remember. So how is he back now in the current time? Please tell me, really, if you can. Okay, so the creatures are an alien race called the Watchers in the Dark. That's pretty awesome. But what is their role, though? How did I not see them before? And if you talk about the helmet and the hood, this is absolutely amazing. I don't know where the ears go, where he puts the hood on. But this is so beautiful, guys. It's amazing. I want an action figure. How is McFarlane not done any Primarchs yet? Why is he only doing, action figures of random Astartes? I have no idea. He has Chaos Marines, he has Blood Angels, and he has Salamanders and Ultramarines. But who who the heck is going to be like, come on, McFarlane, give us Primarchs, like no brainer. Even if they're bigger, I don't care if they're more expensive. Even one Primarch is worth having. I mean, I do care if they're more expensive, but you know what I mean. It's gonna be worth the collection. So, Alfarius, greetings. You are Alfarius, of course. Dark says, Lion, how? Gilliman, logistics. The scene changes to the past 10,000 marine. Behold the scared. What is that? Moisturizer? Just I don't know, Dark. Sometimes you really make it difficult for me to get what you mean. Oh boy, hi to edit some. Hi Gary, love your videos. I think there will be a split in the Imperium, but not civil war. And I didn't think that's gonna be a split in the Imperium. Me personally, I just think that he's going to have some kind of a role next to Gilliman, or he's going to take the fight to, well, the next worst thing after the tyranids, because Gilliman's going to be very busy, I guess, for a time with the tyranids. Damn it. I mean, I don't know. We have to know what Angron is going to do, because we do know that the lion is going to face him. And hope to God, at least, well, that's my hope, that Angron is going to be finally killed for good, because, like, die already. Sanguinius did a great job, sacrificed half of his health, basically, because he was so hurt after that fight and after the fight with the demon too. And then he faced Horus not even on 50% strength. So, Lion, please kill the freaking Angron, like, once and for all. I would appreciate that. I should take my leave. No, why? Hey Squash, thank you. I was waiting for this video. Oh, well, edit. Thank you. So, well, I know what a moisturizer is, but yeah, I mean, I'm a girl. I just don't know what Dark meant there. The helmet with the wings is the best one. Yeah, I mean, that's an epic helmet, really. I like all the looks. All the looks are perfect, but I really like that one with the wings. So yeah, once again, no-brainer that we do not have... Donut. It's just a joke that we have here in Bulgaria, sorry. That we don't still have, action figures of the Primarchs. most ridiculous thing to me. Okay, so we also, of course, have the a figure from the front, and he was supposed to be the same size as Gilliman, which makes sense. I don't know if all the Primarchs, or not all, but most of the Primarchs are the same height. I'm pretty sure that Alfarius and Omegon were like the shortest, and that's how their Astartes were able to present as them, because Astartes are much shorter than the Primarchs. But if the Primarchs are shorter, uh, like their Astartes, then it's possible for them to actually switch places. Oh boy, Imperator, hi to you. Arc of Omens, you should get into the series. Well, I am getting into whatever series is, most important. So if this is continuing the story, which it should be, I'm there, of course. It's all explained there. It's all explained there, but when is that coming out? Sorry. Still don't know. Where is that coming out, actually? If I only knew, but I didn't saw any information about that. So if you guys know, let me know, because gotta get that audiobook. Okay, what are your thoughts on how the Imperium will evolve since Lion's return? Yeah, that is what I want to touch upon, actually. Just let me read the rest. Alfaris and Omegon were shortest, yeah. Magnus was tallest, then Vulcan, the rest were the same generally. That's interesting, because yeah, out of all things, I never really got into the Primarch's height, so yeah, that's useful. Already 3 out of 4 book are out. Huh. Okay, but as we found out that the line is back now, that means that the rest of the books, if they were out like months ago, there was no information there because we didn't know that the lion is here. So, from what, I mean, how long, before how long the other books came out then? The 4th book was announced yesterday, The Lion, He Returns. Okay, Imperator, but yeah, as I said, if there's no information in the previous books, why would I want to go through them? I just need the meat of things, like the main info. There's a lot of filler in the books, guys. There is. Maybe not that much in the Dark Imperium series, but there's always like filler and some characters, side stuff that are happening, and they're not actually impacting. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they're just very little add-ons to the main arc. And I really want to get to the main arc, because the fillers are so long sometimes that they take like the whole book, mostly the book. And the Primarchs and the real interesting stuff are like, I don't know, 2 hours from the whole book that is like 13 hours, About Angron and Vastor. You mean that? Okay, that's important. I mean, I gotta know what the heck happened with Angron and why he's still alive, and that Vastor guy. I would probably could get that from the Wikipedia too. I mean, the Warhammerpedia, Warhammer Wiki, but we'll see. It's really about time as well. So let me answer the question. The Zerg are coming for Terra. That's interesting. I was thinking Gilliman will be dealing with the Xenos side in the west, while Lion deals with Chaos to the north, and they will meet after. Yeah, actually, yeah, something like that, because we do know from the trailer that Gilliman is going to deal with the tyranids. He's going to maybe attempt to do something like what happened with Baal, and I mean the whole thing with the Blood Angels and Dante, how they defeated the tyranids, was able to actually, eradicate them, and it was a horrible, super intense battle. So maybe something like that will repeat itself in some kind of a way. I really don't know, but I guess so. And he's going to be busy with that, cleaning the tyranids. And then yeah, the lion is going to deal with Angron and Vastor and whatever is happening there. And then, yeah, eventually, after 2 more years of waiting, who knows, and a few more novels in between, we're going to get what the heck's gonna happen. I'm just really curious how the Emperor is going to be like, how he's going to use his new son. I mean, he's not his first son coming back. That's what I mean. I mean, a new Primarch on the scene after 10,000 years. He's gonna feel like a pretty new guy there, you know? Tyranids have surprised the Imperium by attacking from position that has not been attacked before. Gilliman will have his work cut out, yeah. Yeah. So I guess they're counting, I mean, GW, how they're telling their stories, they're counting on something like that. I mean, a different twist to how things were until now. So I'm interested. The lion will most likely travel to Earth to see the Emperor as well, which is going to be amazing. I love to see that. Any interaction with the freaking Emperor, like, give that to me, is fascinating, is the best part of Warhammer 40K lore. Anything that has to do with the Emperor, basically, and the Primarchs. Hi, Chris. A lion versus Angron. Who's this with the metal chair? It's oh Jesus, that name. Chasco and the hitting Angron with the chair. Okay, Dark. You basically painted the scene, although I totally butchered that name, I'm sure. Oh, me too. Nobody has mentioned this, but how will Lion react to the corpse god? Unless he knows he is already. Yeah, we don't know what the lion knew in general. I mean, what he knew through this whole period about what actually happened to the Imperium. There's all of these political structures now, you know, the freaking Inquisition, the ecclesiarchy, all of those things that are going to maybe feel very alien to him. But then again, guys, he got the Emperor's shield. I didn't even know that the Emperor had a shield, but I think that what GW are trying to do is like um, get different items from the weapons from the Emperor, different artifacts, if we will, and just spread them out through the future and the current Primarchs that are going to be back. So Gilliman has the sword, the lion will have the shield, and I don't know, Lyman Russ, if he returns, he will have what? I have no idea. Take a guess, guys. But whatever it's gonna be, I think that's pretty amazing. And together they're going to be, because I do think that at least like 4 maybe in total Primarchs are going to return loyalist. And if they all wield some kind of a weapon, then that in a way maybe the key to return the Emperor. I don't know. I think they're going somewhere with this. They can use all the weapons to do something, some kind of a power combine, like forming Voltron, but in a metaphorical way, so they can bring back the Emperor as well. You know, I would think of something like this, very, not an exactly conventional way to bring back the Emperor. If you combine like items of power, bring them together, like the Lord of the Rings thing. Jesus, just yeah, this just came to me. Probably totally not what's gonna happen, but just an idea. So the Emperor apparently used his shield long ago when he defeated the Dragon of Mars. Oh, that's amazing. I remember he was drawn this way now, I think somewhere. When it comes to, when I read about that battle, that was a Catan shard of technology that influences the Mechanicus. And that's pretty fascinating on its own. Because the Mechanicus want to use whatever they can, since there's no actually new technology that they want to permit. Except maybe the Dark Mechanicus. I think that they're not so close and think that they cannot create new technology or that new technology cannot be researched. Maybe they're a bit more open. Actually, a lot more open. But yeah, I saw the expert where the EMS takes Mortarian through his workshop, and it's described there is loads of things that could be given to his sons. Okay, so there's something like that after all. Lehman gets a flea bat? Ah, no. Don't put Lehman through this. It's horrible. Jesus. Oh my gosh, I don't want to imagine that. And we still have this story thread of Mortarian somewhere in the warp licking his wounds and ego. So whatever will happen to him. I really don't like Mortarian. He's just disgusting. So if he fights Gilliman again and Gilliman defeats him, or if he fights the Lion or Lehman Russ, whoever else returns, I'm gonna be all up for that as long as they can actually defeat him this time, because last time he just got away with it, basically. He delivered the God Blight, almost killed Gilliman, and then he had to be spanked by his dad through Gilliman, which, yeah, it's one of the most amazing things. I really enjoy this last part of the book. And when we're talking about books, guys, some of you, let me go to the community tab. Let me see what you said about the end and the death. I don't know how many of you actually read that book, guys. Let me know, because if I'm going to do a coverage, because there's so many things in this book, I'll probably make it like non-spoiler, and then I gotta talk with spoilers because there's so many things in it that are super important to be covered. So, okay, so I asked in the community tab, should I do a book coverage or review of the latest Horus Heresy book, The End and the Death, Volume 1. And actually in Volume 2, maybe we're going to understand more details about what the heck happened with the Lion as well. Because it's going to explore that last part where everything happened. So I pray to God that we see a lot more of what happened to not only the Lion in more detail, but all the other Primarchs. And yeah, Jagatai Khan even was so badly hurt, he was basically almost dead. And that was a surprise to me. I didn't know that happened. I thought that he was just lost in the webway last time I checked. So whatever details we can get from volume 2 is gonna be amazing. So 64% of you said yes, a full book review, 29% said only the most important lore elements and reveals, and 7% said both. So 64 is pretty good. I would say that's gonna be it. I'm going to do like a full book review. That's gonna take a short minute, because I do have to go back and see, like write down all the most important elements. I'm going to play some of those elements probably, so we can all hear them, like I did with that awesome part. No spoilers about the Custodes. I did like a special part for that, because to me that was like one of the most shocking things about the whole book, and something that we never knew. So yeah, I did a special part about that. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, let me catch up. Okay. Okay, so you will watch my review. Do you mind to be spoiled? I mean, yeah, the first part is going to be, like I said, no spoiler for sure. I'm going to tell you like the whole book. What is it like? It's very long. It's like 18 hours. And then we're going to talk like deep spoilers, because they're absolutely amazing. I love them. And Jagatai gets even faster bike. That's so amazing. That's so fun. Thanks, Dark, for that. Just, yeah, it's fun. So yeah, guys, if we have, because I don't know if we do, but I don't really see a date for this new book, Arcs of Omen. So exact date, I need an exact date, and I gotta go check on Audible, basically. I'm going back to the comments, check what 3 out of book 4 are out. 3 out of 4 books are out. 4th book was announced yesterday. Yes, Imperator, but when it's going to be out? That's the question. I don't have the time to read through everything. Also, what are your thoughts on the Imperium after Lion returns? Well, I think that the Imperium is going to become a much more interesting and safer place now that we're going to have 2 active Primarchs. So that, and I don't know how the political part of everything is going to be like. I mean, the Lion was a bit egotistical and proud before. I mean, that's kind of like his character. I mean, very capable, but a bit more proud. I'm not sure if he's going to want to take parts in the fixing of the political system, because if Gilliman could do that, he would have done that. He's like the most experienced ruler because he has a whole system in general. He had that before even he became like a full-fledged Primarch. So he is like the full package guy who knows most of everything. So yeah, I don't think that he's going to lose that role of the Emperor's Regent. So I'm not sure how he's gonna factor in, really. Maybe at the beginning he's just going to do like cleaning up house missions, like that, the one with Vastor and of course Angron. And after that, I expect that the Emperor's gonna appear somehow and be like, "Sons, my noble sons, you have returned. So now you're going to bring me some glory back." And maybe even me back. I mean, who knows, really? It's a mystery because they can go in so many different directions with this. And if the other rumors or speculations are true, that maybe Lehman Russ is also going to return, who knows? But I just want for them to spend enough quality time that actually means something, that actually has some kind of an impact on the whole story, and well, it's good with the Lion. I hope that they spent enough quality time with him and then bring Lehman Ross or whoever they want to bring back. It has to be very interesting, it has to be thrilling, and it really has to have some kind of a super cool story behind it, because we have not we didn't had any really very exciting things, especially since the Emperor sat on the golden throne. It was kind of like demon primarchs, the warp, the chaos, and there's not a lot of good, so to speak, about not enough of the Emperor's side. So the Imperium needs more loyalist Primarchs, more heroes on its side, and then maybe like the powers are going to be looking a bit more even, and they can actually focus on more main story arcs, like I've said, with the main characters and not just side things somewhere in the universe. This Legion did this, I want the main guys on the screen, on the scene, and then the real good writing of GW can shine. And I know that it's a lot harder to write big characters like that. I always think about that when, I listen to the books, because it's super hard to write the Emperor, to write 80 of the Primarchs. I mean, Sanguinius, he is pretty clear by this point. He has a lot of screen time, so to speak. The other Primarchs, it depends. I haven't gone through all the books myself. There are so many. And the Emperor actually had one part in the End of the Dead where he didn't speak, but the Custody spoke for him. So I thought that that was a bit cheap, a way out. Like, we want to hear the Emperor speak himself. But anyway, that we're going to leave for the end and the death review, because there's much to dig in there. Like, so much. And I do feel that they reimagined some stuff about some characters, but we're gonna see. So, let's see. Reading. Jagatai is in Komorav of the Black Library. But is that new, or it's like an older book? I agree. Haha, I agree. I think he will probably rebuild his legion despite the 1000 chapter rule by Gilliman, and it will cause political issues. Kind of makes sense. I mean, because of his ego, maybe he became a different person. He got old, for goodness sake, so unusual for Primarch. Maybe whatever he got to live through for all of these years, maybe for him even more years, who knows? Because where he was, time maybe does not exist. So we don't know how he changed. He must have changed somehow. I like your answer. Thanks for an extensive reply. Oh, no problem, Edith. Thank you. There is a third Primarch around. The other one is Corax, and he still attacked the word bearers? Where is that dark? Where? You gotta tell me. So yeah. But you get me thinking, Edith. You can say that there could be conflicts, but do we really want to see like an inside conflict where there's so much chaos around them? Around everyone? I personally don't. I really want to see them united and working together how they should, because we had enough betrayals and arguments in the Horus Heresy. Now it's 10,000 years later and all the Primarchs took huge hits. Gilliman freaking died and came back, and he almost died again and came back. And we lost Sanguinius, who is like the purest of them all, and just so many losses. So much conflict. I prefer for us to see them united and working together against chaos, and from there you can write so many things and it's gonna be awesome. So why would you not want that? Because if we do get that, okay, that's great, but if we get our civil war before this, then this would mean that we will take a detour, and the Warhammer world and the lore and the story is long freaking enough. So yeah, I don't want a detour. I just straight give it to us. There's enough books that we explore other things. Now it's time for the main lore, and please don't let it be a detour. Yeah, that's what I mean. Corax is in the warp, hunting Logar. Wow, that's gonna take a while. It's in a short story somewhere, but I don't recall the name. Well, if you do, I would love to find that. I would love to find that and listen to it. Of course, if there is... Sorry guys, I didn't realize it's midnight and 16 minutes. The Eye of Terror, yeah. Okay. I didn't realize it's midnight and 16 minutes, guys, but I really gotta go because tomorrow, another long day, which I do plan to be here for as well. But really, guys, I don't want to promise anything, but yeah, I got my 40K list with stuff that I have to do as videos. It's gonna be awesome. So one thing at a time, but we are into 40K a lot. The other thing I just want to ask you guys before I go, although it's different, there is this thing called this game called Diablo 4, and the beta is out now, as you probably guys know, because it's like everywhere, even people that don't play Diablo in general, like myself, even I know about that. So if you want me to stream that, if I can even get to the game, because right now if I try to play it, I'm number 156 in the lobby, in the waiting list. If I can manage to do that, maybe I can fit a stream tomorrow of that, and I really never played that. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. So, guys, I really gotta go and tell you good night. Thank you so much for the support. Dan, thank you for the super chat. It makes the world of difference. It really does for me. And I mean, we have a ton of amazing stuff to look forward to, guys, for 40K. Things are just going to get richer and richer in terms of the story, and I'm just gonna be more excited. It's gonna be awesome. You're not so interested in Diablo 4, but I would love Resident Evil 4. I would too. Edit. I actually prefer if I can play that, but I don't have the game, and I can't get the game. I just literally cannot afford the freaking game. It's better to get on PlayStation if I could, because the PC will not handle a stream. Still, until I can, upgrade it, which is not gonna happen. Not gonna happen now. So yeah, I can't afford the game now, but if I could, guys, yeah, totally gonna stream that for you. Thanks, Edit, and of course, can't wait to stream Total War Warhammer. Yeah, that's still on my priority list as well. So, I'm gonna play the intro now since I missed it at the beginning because it's an awesome Warhammer intro. Have a good night, guys, and have a great weekend. See you soon. Thanks again for the support. Thank you. Thank you.